Call the meeting to order. This Board of Works and Safety on Monday, November 4th, 2019. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from our regular meeting of October 21st.
Mr. President, make a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting, October 21st.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is awarding of bids for the 2019 purchase of 3 medium to heavy duty cutaway transit buses.
Mr. President, Ms. Tillman and myself have reviewed the bids. Even though Midwest Transit is the lowest amount for this project, they are non-responsive because they fail to comply with the time deadlines as set forth in our bid specs. Therefore, Ms. Tillman is recommending that the bid be awarded to Tesco in the amount of $410,598.
Any further discussion? Now I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to award the bid for the 2019 purchase of the 3 medium to heavy duty cutaway transit buses to Tesco in the sum of $410,598.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is another awarding of bids. This for a 2019 small paratransit cutaway transit bus.
Board, this is very similar to the last explanation. The lowest bidder is Midwest Transit Equipment. However, they are non-responsive because they fail to comply with the time deadlines as set forth in our bid specs. Therefore, Ms. Tillman is recommending award to Tesco in the amount of $74,468.
Is there any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to award the bids of 2019 purchase of 1 small paratransit cutaway bus to Tesco, per the recommendation of the transit director.
I'll second that motion.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a request by James Kent, 1110 Providence Street, requesting to purchase city-owned property located on Main Street, parcel 4601-28377-037. Mr. Kent here.
Mr. President, I would just recommend referring this to my department so that I can seek the necessary feedback from all of the other city departments regarding this request and report back to the board.
Okay, there's no further discussion. I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
Make a motion to refer the matter of the purchase of property located on Main Street, parcel 46-01-288-377.000-2022 to the legal department for their review and to return with information
Support.
to the board.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a policy upgrade from Andrea Smith, Personnel Director, requesting acceptance of upgrades and changes to the dental plan with no additional cost to employees. Lincoln, new dental provider.
Mr. President, in addition to the cost of the dental provider, there's also a request that we change EAP providers. We are still in the process of reviewing the contracts for this, and we'd ask the board to table this to the next meeting so that we can present the appropriate information.
This would be on both.
Both issues.
If there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
Make a motion to table the policy upgrades on the agenda to our next meeting.
I'll second that motion.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is approval of agreement between the City of Michigan City and Waste Inc., RD/RA Group, for the reuse and redevelopment of certain portions of the Waste Inc. Superfund site located at 1701 East US 12, Michigan City, regarding the Singing Sands Phase 2.
So this is the last piece of the puzzle for Phase 2 of Singing Sands Trail. The city owns this Waste Inc. site. However, several years ago, because it's a Superfund site, it's under a federal consent decree, and there are persons of responsibility under that federal consent decree who are responsible for managing this site. Because the federal consent decree has not been set aside and the terms fulfilled, the city had to work with the parties that are involved in the federal consent decree, even though it is our property, to get permission to put this portion of the trail on the site and make sure that certain portions are secure with fencing, well monitoring. But this agreement sets forth the city's responsibility in maintaining this site so long as there is still that federal consent decree. This probably has taken a couple years for us to put together. So I can tell you I'm more than excited that this piece of the puzzle is done.
This ends it?
This ends 2 years of work. But the exciting part is Phase 2 of the trail. Then we'll be going out for a bid, I believe, the end of this year, beginning of next year. So we've done Phase 1. Phase 2 is on its way.
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between the City of Michigan City and Waste Incorporated RD/RA Group of the reuse and redevelopment of certain portions of the Waste Incorporated Superfund site located at 1701 East US Highway 12, Michigan City, the Singing Sands Phase 2.
Support.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is correspondence received by the city clerk on October 23rd. The resignation of the chief of police. This is for information only. Next item on the agenda is a request for extension of physical fitness testing by Alan Kriegbaum, Michigan City Fire Department, requesting an extension of time for his physical fitness testing due to being on restricted duty. Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the request for extension of physical fitness testing by Alan Kriegbaum, Michigan City Fire Department.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second the motion.
There's no further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is another request for extension of physical fitness testing. This by Tom Frontcakis, Michigan City Fire Department, extension of time for physical fitness due to being on restricted duty. No further discussion. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the request for extension of physical fitness testing for Tom Frontcakis for the Michigan City Fire Department physical fitness testing.
No further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a resignation from the Michigan City Police Department. Announces the resignation of Officer Jacob Ray effective November 2nd for informational purposes only. Next item on the agenda is approval of the claims and payroll.
Make a motion to approve the claims and payroll as presented.
For discussion, I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is unfinished business. The first item is the order to demolish 710 West 10th Street. Have we gotten any further on that? Yes, sir.
No,
Sir, could you please come to the microphone? Thank you.
hello. I have here paperwork showing that we have
Would you
followed
please
through.
state your name and address?
My name
for
is
the
Jason
record?
Stratton. I have here paperwork, if anyone would like to see it, showing that that we and my attorney have followed through with the deed work necessary to make this rightfully ours. As of October 30th, the process is complete. I'm waiting on some deed paperwork in the mail. And as we talked about with the last meeting, I intend to comply regarding any performance bonds or anything like that that the city would have me do, so that I can bring this property up to condition quickly and abide by all city ordinances.
Okay. Should he just work with the,
That's what I was going to suggest, sir. What I would do at this point is I would give Miss Downs a copy of that,
Okay.
that court order that you have, and also work with her about getting the performance bond, because my guess is that's your next step, is getting
Yes.
that. The board already set that, so I don't believe there's anything else the board needs to do at this time.
Okay, I have here the original. I will go ahead and make a copy and bring it to the building department.
Or she can make a copy for you.
okay? So keep it on our pending list.
You may want to. I don't know how much you're going to get accomplished, at the next meeting. I don't know if you want to maybe do it for next month, give it a month for review.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it'll give you 30 days. roughly.
And, okay, should I plan on coming back in 30 days with my performance bond and
Yeah.
everything?
Well, I don't know that he needs to if she has all the information.
Correct.
Yeah, if she has everything, she can just ask us to remove the order to demolish at that time.
Okay, so just work with Miss Downs and do what she would like for me to do and be cooperative and
Yeah.
and that'll satisfy the board.
That's good.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item has to do with neighborhood requesting watch signs for the Canada Park. Anything happening there?
Spike Peller, Michigan City Engineer. The Central Services has the signs, and I think my recommendation would be to have maybe police and planning kind of determine where these signs should go.
Okay. Is that okay with you? Yes.
Neighborhood signs, we have them, and I would suggest that police and planning kind of determine where they should go. I mean, I don't think you should just hand them out.
Right.
Where they want.
I thought they gave,
I thought we got a list. Okay.
And
Yeah, I would defer to the police, and I believe they probably work a little bit closer with the neighborhood with the watch signs. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll give them a review. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep it on our agenda to the next meeting. By then, they should be installed. Next item on the agenda is a request from Vera Foster, 221 Emma Street, requesting lights at the park on Broadway Street, updating playground equipment, and issue no one stopping at check out the no one stopping at the stop sign. I think we've referred this to the engineer, no, to the police department and NIPSCO, so nothing's happening.
I believe that's the case.
Okay, we'll keep it on our agenda. Ever find out if the park department owns it? Forget that. Next item on the agenda is a request from Cora Cambridge, 220 Gladys Street, requesting street lighting on Gladys and sidewalks on Gladys Street.
Spike Peller, Michigan City Engineer. Now, there are two lights on Gladys, one at the intersection with Broadway and one down at the end. I would recommend that the police department should determine whether we need a third light in between. Now, I just note that on Emma, which is just the street next door, has three lights, one at the intersection, one in the middle, and one at the end. But I recommend that the police determine whether we should put a third light up.
Okay. I have a resident that wants to talk about the sidewalks.
Yes, sir.
State your name and address for the
My
record.
name's Ernie Hallahan, 302 Gladys Street. As far as the lighting, there was one other light across the street from me that faced the house, and the lady that owned the house paid for that lighting herself. Well, since she's been passed away, that light has never been on since then.
Okay.
So there's one light kitty cornered north of my house, one street light on Gladys, and then one down the corner of Broadway in Gladys. That's the only two lights.
Okay.
And in between those lights, it's just pitch dark down
We're
there
gonna
at night.
refer that to the police department for their recommendation.
Right, I understand.
Okay?
But as far as the sidewalks go, I can't see where that street, it's a dead-end street. And I don't see where that warrants sidewalks. You've got a lot of people that have encroached on city property that they're gonna lose a lot. And myself, I have a parking in front of my house, which I will lose, and I do not have a driveway. So I don't know where I will park if you take that away. And there's one other house down, she parks right on the street because her fence is right at the street.
Okay.
That car is parked on the street. So,
Okay, well, keep that in mind
you know,
when we move forward.
and as far as the lighting goes, my neighbors and I have spoken of the lighting down at that park, and I was under the impression you passed it on to the park department, so I spoke with them before this meeting to give my dislike of the lighting down there.
Okay.
I don't think it warrants it.
Okay. Thank you for your input.
I appreciate it.
So we refer this to the police or back to the police. Keep it on the agenda. Next item on the agenda is a request from John Shalikian, 609 Franklin Street, requesting some way to get access to his property and his draining issue on the south side of Franklin Street. Where do we stand?
Mr. President, the Water Department issued a letter with regard to their response. I'm still looking at the matter, but the Water Department did present their response.
Okay, so carry it over to our next meeting.
Good morning. My name is John Shalikian from 609 Franklin. This been going on for the last 22 years. Postponement, postponement, postponement. There is a letter here on December 5th, 1996. They are saying they stopped, they didn't finish the road, and it has to be done. Where is the city? Postponement, postponement, postponement.
Our problem is who owns the property.
The city owns the property.
City does not own the property.
Here is the letter. I have two letters.
Okay.
We do not own Town Center Drive. It was never dedicated. It was developed, but it was never dedicated. We did look at that. Just, I don't know if you knew that or not. But
I haven't had a chance to.
we own Meyer, but we do not own Town Center Drive. It's privately owned.
But the ordinance says I have two letters.
We don't own it, John. So
They never
Why
turned
are you
it,
plowing? And putting your stone on my property.
it was never registered. That's why.
So you're getting away with murder.
No. We'll continue to discuss it, John.
And I don't want in the winter time city to come and plow their snow on my property. They are damaging my property for the last 22 years. I can make a use out of it.
Okay. Well, we'll
It's
let
not a
them
day
know.
or two or a year or two. It's 22 years.
I understand. Continue to keep it on our agenda. Next item on the agenda was a request from Kent Lang about the no turn on red signs on the boulevard.
Spike Peller, Michigan City Engineer. I believe you have a copy of the structure point analysis on these no turn on red signs. And basically, what it says is that they recommend, or that according to standards, that the sign should be kept up. And I think removing those signs would be a liability for the city. So my recommendation is to keep the signs up.
Okay. Do I need a motion to that? I thought we had a motion to that
We
effect.
did that last time.
So,
What's the motion to investigate?
Yeah, and
And
we
to-
also moved to put, get new signs.
to replace the signs with new ones.
That's not going to be easy because they're up on the.
Yeah.
Okay,
Never said it was.
so that'll go to Central Services.
Correct.
Okay.
Can we take it off our list then?
Yes, you can make a motion to take it off.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
Make a motion to remove the matter of the turn on red signs on Hendrick Street and Michigan Boulevard from our pending items list.
Support.
There's no further discussion. I call for the vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Next item has to do with the McDonald's on the boulevard and the alley. Are we any closer?
Good morning, Sue Downs, Building Commissioner, City of Michigan City. We are getting closer. John Gorska and I went out and looked at the alley and looked at the work that they have done. They have a few more things they need to finish up before we're willing to accept it. So,
Keep it on another
I'm sorry, yes,
2 weeks?
please,
Okay.
thank you.
That's all the items we have for pending that should be brought up today. Anybody from the public wish to speak at this time? Not? Any board comments? Comment I have is everybody should use their constitutional right to vote tomorrow. If there's no further business to come before this board, we stand adjourned.